Fred Dex here, and you're drinking with the Juice Man. I'm here with Eamon Rockey.
How's it going, Fred?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for hanging out with me today.
Yeah.
And Eamon is the master of milk punch. Well, Eamon's aim in life right now is you've created Rocky's Milk Punch.
I have.
And you're going to launch a new product.
Yes. I've created Rocky's Milk Punch. I'm launching a new product into the world, but it's actually an old product. It's been around for like 400 years, invented by a woman named Afra Ben. She was actually a royal spy in her early life, and then she went on to be a thespian, actor, writer, comedian. She's amazing. She died pretty young, as people did in the time, but in the course of her life, she invented milk punch, was credited with inventing milk punch. It's a lot of lore, really delicious stuff. It's been in and out of favor like 4 times in history. Ben Franklin had his own recipe. You can find it in the White House cookbook. Jerry Thomas included a recipe for it in his original bar guide. It's pretty special stuff. So when myself and a few other folks in New York and other great bartending cities in the world came across recipes for it and started recreating it, I think the category sort of experienced a rebirth in a really beautiful way.
Well, Eamon introduced me to milk punch, what, 2-3 years ago?
Something like that.
At the Betony, and I was blown away, and henceforth why we're speaking today, because I think it is one of the most interesting and delicious beverages you could taste, and it's super cool. And tell us a little bit. We're gonna go through the process of making it. So tell us a little bit about how it's made and what your kind of vision and technique is for Rocky's.
Sure. So I'm glad that you bring up the two separately, because they are actually pretty different in the way that they're going to be utilized and consumed. Milk punch is kind of like making soup. Soup out of potatoes, you can make soup out of tomatoes, you can make it out of chicken. It actually doesn't matter. And the amounts that you use of each of the ingredients is also somewhat fluid. Milk punch is the same way. So today we're making one out of sencha tea with some rose petals, watermelon, pineapple, lemon, Dewar's Scotch, spectacular whiskey. But if we wanted to use beets and charred onions and celery and aquavit and make like a salty, savory milk punch, we could totally do that too.
Gotcha.
It doesn't actually matter what goes into it as long as you follow the proper technique.
Gotcha.
Now that technique involves taking all of these ingredients, whatever it is we're using, and incorporating milk. We'll grab that in a second. It has to be boiling.
Yeah.
And when you add boiling hot milk and all these ingredients in together, it curdles. The process is exactly the same as making cheese.
Gotcha.
Now, at that point, which sounds kind of counterintuitive to making a clear, beautiful product, you remove all the cheese curds, and the resultant product, if you do it properly, is perfectly clear and tastes like everything that's in the actual punch. So even though it's clear, it will taste like everything here.
It's pretty amazing.
Pretty spectacular stuff.
Yeah. I think one of the things I think is so cool about milk punch is it's so deceiving in a way.
Totally.
It's this clear beverage,
Yes.
and you taste it, and it has all of these like beautiful flavors, lots of depth of flavor in the simple, clear
That's right.
beverage, and the production of it, which we're going to see, is quite mind-blowing, and it requires a bit of research.
Yes.
Requires a bit of technique. So let's
It's like
check it
it's
out.
cooking. It's more cooking than it is bartending in a way.
Yeah.
It's the perfect convergence of the two,
Gotcha.
of the kitchen and of the bar. Because if you don't know how to do both, you have a really tough time making really good milk punch.
Gotcha. So